Hello my dears, this is Sarah from sheholdsdearly.com and I'm coming to you today with a trend alert. We are going to talk about the color black. Black is back. Now, the last time it was huge in interior design was back in the 80s. If you lived through that, you probably have had some time, some space to separate from that experience, and we're ready for black again. So there are a few things that I want to tell you about how to use this color because it is so powerful that there are some rules that I would suggest and some things that I would buy in black, some things that I would not buy in black. So we're going to talk about that today. The most inexpensive way to get big impact in a room is paint. And of course, painting the walls is the biggest, fastest way to change a room. So we're gonna start with paint. Now, I rarely see a room that's all black that doesn't start to just go a little flat and to get a little masculine and dark and it goes beyond moody and it gets depressing, right? So I don't actually suggest that you use black paint in that way. I am going to give you a little one-on-one on how to use accent walls. So if you are perusing Pinterest, you're gonna see a lot of black accent walls now. And what you may not notice is that these walls are carefully chosen. An accent wall needs to be probably the plainest wall in the room. I avoid using accent walls that have windows on them because windows actually act like a huge piece of artwork. There's a lot going on there and it starts to become competitive with whatever is happening that you're trying to do on the wall. So pick your plainest wall. Then you need to use that wall as a focal point, right? It's naturally going to be a focal point, so go ahead and probably try to use the wall that you see first when you walk into the room. The biggest piece of furniture is probably going to be in front of that wall. So that's the bed frame, that's the couch, that's the buffet and the dining room. These are the kinds of things that you usually see in front of a accent wall. Also a mantle. I love accent walls because in less than, say, 2 hours, you can completely give your room a new look. You can do this with wall treatments, you know, like board and batten, or you can do wallpaper. Wallpaper would be probably a whole nother video, but you can have a lot of fun with some really expensive wallpapers. You can even do a mural. They're just awesome, all the options out there right now. But if you're going to do black, I'm seeing a lot of really cool like geometric takes on the board and batten look. So not just straight across anymore, and with the vertical lines, there's all kinds of angles and things coming together and octagons and really beautiful. And then slap a coat of dark paint on that and it just becomes this total piece of art. Sometimes I've seen accent walls that they're just painted and then they're kind of forgotten about. So one, they don't have the largest piece of furniture in front of them, or they haven't been decorated. Okay, it's very important to actually layer out either by, like I said, the board and batten look, or great artwork and some, you know, buffet lamps on a buffet. You want to do some layering with it to really make it a solid focal point. And right where the edges of that wall come to the corners and it contrasts with probably white walls, that is very jarring for the eye. It pulls the eye to those corners and you want to make sure that that's not where the eye is going. You want to keep it focused on something a lot more beautiful and interesting. So be sure to decorate and layer out that accent wall once you've got it done. Black accent walls are fantastic for hiding TVs, not hiding them, but letting them blend in. So the big black flat screen, so good on a black wall. That's a great tip. And then I would decorate, of course, around it. One thing that I see done that is a big no-no with accent walls and even accent colors is just start painting the color, because you love the color. So you just start painting anything and everything in that area. When you add an accent color to a space, you need to think about, what am I accenting, right? So if it's this weird angle or kind of confusing architectural piece that's hiding ductwork or something, and you just like accent that, That's not what you want to do. You actually want to accent things that you want to show off. Those things need to be minimized by lighter colors, colors that are blending in, no high contrast, and highlighting things that are awkward, right? Some fun places to experiment with black might be painting a mantle that you have. It might be painting a wall that has shiplap on it. I remember when Joanna Gaines first painted her shiplap black and everybody gasped. But I think it's catching on, of course, and might be a fun way to freshen up the farmhouse look that you've been doing over the last few years. Also, lower kitchen cabinets are very beautiful. It's called this tuxedo kitchen. You've probably heard me mention it several times, but just the lower cabinets are painted black or navy blue or hunter green, and it has this very sophisticated, calming look. All right, I'm gonna give you a winning combination for how to use black in a room. This is the color combination that looks completely professional and balanced and warm and inviting. It is to mix in warm wood tones, so medium wood tones. Not light, not dark. You want the medium cognac color wood tones. Also, anything cognac leather will look fantastic. It really will balance out the black. You've got to bring in some warmth. Crisp whites everywhere. Lots of crisp whites balancing things. Also pops of green, so plants look fantastic in rooms that have the white and the cognac and the black going on. For your metals, I suggest brass. Again, the gold pops are gonna warm up that black that you've got going on as your backdrop. And then last but not least, if you're doing something black that's a huge focal point, it's very, very powerful, and it needs to be also accented a few other places. Like I would say 3 other places, some solid black decorating going on. Nothing too big, because whatever your statement piece is doing a lot of heavy lifting. But if you want to add in like a couple of black linen colored books on the coffee table, and maybe a black throw pillow somewhere, and then a great black and white print on the wall, those are the kinds of things that make it all look intentional and all flowing together well. That's how you want to pull off black in a room. So the most common places I'm seeing these accent walls are dining rooms, living rooms, and bedrooms. And I think those are easiest to figure out, like where's the plainest wall and where would the big accent piece go. So I understand that naturally those are the places that people are starting to expand into with these accent walls. I'm also seeing black pop up in laundry rooms and kitchens and bathrooms. It can be done very well, and it can look very sort of industrial and sophisticated and not have this dark dungeon feel. If you're just wanting to dip your toe into this world of bringing in black accents, I suggest trying out some hardware, maybe even a sink faucet. I suggest painting a door black. Maybe your front door can be painted black. There are 3 things that I would like to discourage you on, and I found some examples of them online, but I actually try not to just bash people's decorating in my videos, so I'm not showing pictures of it. You'll just have to believe me when I say black couches are really hard to deal with. They can be done well by following the formula that I said earlier with the brass and the green plants and the white and the cognac. But black couches kind of lock you in. I feel like there's not a good shelf life with them for trends. So probably not gonna like it for the full 10 years of this cycle. The other 2 things I would be careful with that are going on right now are black windows. Oh, that breaks my heart to say it, because I think they're so, so beautiful. And if you've already done it, don't worry about it, just enjoy your black windows. But windows are extremely expensive, and if it's not just paint that you did, you actually bought black windows and installed them, say in a new build or something, the problem is that in 10 years, they're going to look dated. So I'm very careful with things that last past 10 years and that are very expensive. That's my advice every time. The same goes for tile, same reason. It will be fine in 10 years and you will be tired of it, especially because like floral and black are very demanding to our senses. And so they wear us out a little sooner than other things, sooner than even other trends. So if you're like on the fence with, oh, should I do black subway tile in my kitchen, or should we get the black windows? I think it would be better to do black shutters and do white that matches your trim on the house, and then do something trendy with some other places. So one of the things that I talk about in my design group that I offer, which, oh, by the way, is opening up next week. It's only opening up one other time this year, so get on the wait list and I can keep you posted about when the doors open next week. I like to teach a lot about undertones and how they react with other colors. Black is going to either have a purple undertone, a blue undertone, or a green undertone. It's very, very subtle, but if you can be consistent with those undertones, your finished look is gonna look a lot more cohesive and professional. So, in review, if you treat black with intention and just as very strategic accents, you will get that glamorous, timeless, chic, sophisticated look, or you can have it look a little bit rustic and timeless. But you can end up getting that look with black versus the bland, boring, depressing look. So hopefully that is really helpful to you, and I would love for you to tag me on Instagram, show me what you're doing with black in your spaces. And if you're not ready to join my design school or my behind the scenes group, same thing, I hope you can join me for my Pinterest class that I'm offering next week. It's a 3-day mini course. I'm gonna go live with you each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, and I'm gonna show you all that a designer does when she uses Pinterest, and so you guys can use it for your own spaces to help you narrow down the tens of thousands of choices that you have out there. All right, thanks for watching. Take care. I will see you next week.